now. I don't know if you guys saw the news, but there's the MLB TV for each team. And the Guardians are going to be on for either $99.99 for the whole season or $19.99 per month. I'm thinking through what type of membership or viewership they need to have to turn a kind of profit off of that where it substantially impacts what you can do on the field. No, I think they're going to keep it in their, especially in a market the size of Cleveland. You'll have some casual interest, but does that change anything for you guys? I know you saw the news. We talked a little bit about it at lunch, but what are your thoughts on the MLB.TV deal?
Can I hop in here, Eric? Do you mind? Perfect. In theory, this is a fantastic deal for the fans. Okay. You're talking like 60 cents a game if you want to watch every game, and it's $200 to get every game, including your in-market games.
No more blackouts.
No blackouts, period, for $200. It's $100 if you just want the guards. So in that aspect, for us three who know how to work a smart TV, you'll see where I'm going here in a second.
I don't know. John might be questionable, but go on.
Well, he has the daughters to help him pick up the remote and show him where the button is, and then he can put the glass. I digress. I think of people like I speak on a daily basis to my grandma about Guardians baseball because I know she is going to watch every game, and I have shared the experience of having a grandparent relationship or an older parent for you older folk on the stream with me right now who watch this type of content, right? And for me to try to justify it, yes, it's a great deal, it's a great price, but it sections out a big part of that viewership, I think, that's going on with the MLB right now and isolates them in a way. So it's a little scary in terms of, the revenue and the brand and all of that kind of stuff that has been going on with the MLB. And, ultimately I want to see the league succeed because I like going to watch baseball, right?
I also want to see what happens with the damn password sharing. Like you thought it was bad with Netflix and Hulu. I'm already have my little agreement for us to be like, let's just get the 200 for the whole league. We each pay 66. And it's going to be real tough to keep people from, hey, Dad, you want my password? Yeah, take it.
First of all, count me in. Second of all, I think this is a situation, though, where we just had to face reality because what Bally's, now FanDuel, was doing was overpaying sports teams. And when I say overpaying, I mean they've gone and are in the middle of bankruptcy because they basically said, hey, Guardians, we'll give you $70 million for the year, but they didn't have it. And so, yes, it stings from a perspective of the Guardians don't have that money in their pocket, but it was never sustainable. We've talked about, and I've gone on record as saying before, local sports should be on local TV. There's no reason it should be behind a paywall. Do what it takes to get that done and across the line because there are different economic situations within our city. Let's just take Cleveland. People can't afford, and I know it's a great deal for people like us that have the means to pay $100 for the year, even if each of us got our own subscription. That's great. But people that's funny. Noah, hook your uncle up. People,
I got you.
Fucking hilarious.
People that are living month to month don't have that option. It should be free for everybody to watch.
I maintain, and I know you want to get us to a break before we get to our third topic, but I maintain 100%. Insert your favorite old man joke here, but watching the Tribe in the 90s, yes, the new stadium was a big piece of it. And yes, Kenny Lofton, Carlos Baerga, Jim Thome, Manny Ramirez, Albert Bell were part of it, right? You got to have
Skell. Don't leave out little O, but go on.
Oh, I didn't want to list the whole roster, but yeah,
Sammy big part, man.
Yeah, all of that matters. And the Browns not being in Cleveland when everybody had money from the 90s economic boom and somewhere to spend it was at the newly minted Jacobs Field. But I will maintain until I die that the most important reason that this city had a love affair with that baseball team is because 162 games were on WUAB, and you didn't have to have cable. You needed rabbit ears and a screen. And you could watch the Tribe everywhere. I'd be at baseball practice. I'd be at backyard barbecues. People would put it on the TV, put it on the radio. You didn't have to have anything because as a city, we could all come together and go, We lost our Browns. They'll be back in 99. The Cavs are mediocre, but this team is special. I remember sitting, this is going to ruffle some feathers, coloring Chief Wahoo like math projects in my class while we watched playoff games during the day at school because my teacher had season tickets and she could not miss a game and every single one was on TV. Pay-per-view or pay per season or pay per month is not the ideal standard. I am with you guys 100%. This should be free for everybody in Northeast Ohio that wants to watch it.
I want to add in here because I'm the younger perspective. I'm jealous of the stories that you're saying right now. Like I get the Cleveland togetherness. We do that as a city very often, I think, still. But the thought of just free sports for everyone, every type of walk of life, being able to turn on a TV and they have a $15 antenna they hooked up to whatever TV they got and are able to watch the Guardians and able to watch the Cavs. The Browns, for the most part, are covered on local TV, which is fantastic.
Yeah, what a treat that's been
excites
lately.
me in a way that I've never got to see or feel in my life, right?
There was nothing. You were a loser if you didn't watch the games. I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean literally. The Indians game starts at today we're at 4:05 start for whatever reason. My dad's like, I'm gonna throw some stuff on the grill. Go get hamburger buns. So you ride your bike down the street to Dairy Mart, and it's on the radio and TV there. And then you get home and you can hear it out of people's houses with the windows open on your way home. And you would never walk into any place. The first thing out of your mouth was, "Hey, John, nice to meet you. What's the score?" And nobody thought you were talking about the Cavs. Everybody knew when you said, "What's the score?" It's like, how's the Tribe doing? It was wild. We lost that. With this team last year, they would have been over the moon if everybody could watch these guys. But
do you guys know the best part of the new app, though?
What's
that it's synced perfectly, and you can play Tom Hamilton's radio call with the video and choose that option.
God, yes.
By the way, for those that are looking for free baseball, it will still always be free on radio, so tune into Hammy, but you can sync it perfectly.
That is so sick.
There's something that they mentioned too. I want to give them some slack here. We're talking about this option, and I think it's a great option in terms of some of those added features. No blackouts, getting to watch whatever baseball game you want. They said that there is an option for local TV still coming, and it'll be announced closer to opening day. Now, what does that exactly mean? Is it going to be all 162? Is it going to be, one game a week, 2 games a week, what have you? Regardless, it's horrible because I want to be able to watch and care and have ease of access for everyone to the Guardians in 2025 after what has been a fun season last year. And yes, we made some deals and some moves that pissed people off, but I'm still at least cautiously optimistic, right? I feel like I can say that. I feel like that isn't a hot take.
We've got Bieber back. I mean, let's start there and see what happens. I didn't expect much from this past season.
One last devil advocate question I want to pull for you guys just to ask is there was a lot of uproar about no pregame shows. And John, you alluded to it in our last kind of half of the segment. But do you care? Because I don't ever watch the pregame and the postgame shows for like the TV sporting events, but there were a lot of people on X and a lot of people on Instagram that were not fans of there not being a pregame show during away games.
Yeah, it's not the money for me. It's the principle. Eric, you said that at lunch about a different topic, and that is something that's so true so many times in life. Like, stop pissing and telling from the roof and telling me it's raining outside. Like, I don't really give a shit. I only watch the Guardians pregame on the weekends if, everybody's kind of falling asleep on the couch and they play at 1:00. It's something that's on like after church or after lunch or whatever. But like, it just pisses me off because it's like, how with the state of Ohio, you got to renew your license plate tags. You got to do it everywhere. And you pay $68 for a little sticker, and all it is tax on having a car. And then at the end, they go, would you like to donate $2 to help kids with eye patches? You're like, no, fuck no. Because you just broke it off. Now, then you look back, you're like, I give a ton of money to charity all over the place. But in the moment where it's like, you just took me for $75 for my own license plate, like, quick, stop screwing around. It was similar for me because I'm like, these guys are just, I mean, penny wise, pound foolish. Like, I don't understand what drives some of these decisions. It's not the end of the world, but it's just irritating because they're being cheapskates. It's like the dude who's like, everybody tips 20% at lunch and he gives 17%. You're like, what are you doing?
I think it parlays with like Guards Fest being canceled, and that's a funny analogy to use. But I think it parlays with Guards Fest being canceled, and it's going to be a tri-annual event or whatever buzz term that was. I agree with you. It's definitely more the principle. I personally, it's not going to affect my day to day, but it's the principle for sure. Eric, did you have anything you wanted to add there?
Yeah, I don't care at all. And I never watched it because I could not stand Jensen Lewis. But something to note here, he's out, period. He won't be on post-game shows either. So I'm kind of happy about that. Maybe I'll watch now. Maybe they'll get somebody with real talent to be on the show.
Listen,
you got a lot of energy for Jensen Lewis.
No, I'm saying he wasn't really much in the majors. That's all.